It's a great day to wear the orange again. This is Rock. I'm being Frank today. Frank Rock in the house, the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. This is my Tennessee versus Gardner-Webb next day thoughts after last night. Of course, we went live for a bit, live for a while last night. Talked some Gardner-Webb, talked some football last night. Be live again tonight after the Lady Vols game versus Sanford. We'll go for a little bit on that. I'm going to set goals tonight, guys. We hit super chats. We'll go longer. We don't. We won't. We're going to set that moving forward as I don't anticipate too many more 2-hour shows like last night. But anyhow, Tennessee Gardner-Webb 80-64. It's a night. To me, you get out with a win. It was a comfortable win last night. You look around the SEC, there's multiple teams who come out and got beat on the first night last night. So what's the alternative to last night? It's you're in the same situation as the Texas A&M South Carolina. Didn't see the final scores from the rest of it last night. But Tennessee comes out, they take care of business. Are there things to work on moving forward? Absolutely, yes. Were there positives last night? Absolutely, yes. To me, you look at, your stats. Your main scorer was Chaz Lanier at 18. I thought Chaz Lanier was very efficient offensively. I thought Jordan Gainey was very good last night, did a lot of good things. No turnovers for him last night. I thought Zakai Ziegler. Here's my thing in 2 games I've watched with him now against Indiana and now Gardner-Webb. We need him to call him. Number one, he's not hitting threes. Number two, he's turning the ball over. Those are not things that I anticipated as Zakai Ziegler. It is early in the season, though. So, maybe those things I expect those things will work out. Now, something else to keep in mind with him as well. He's used to playing with Santiago Vesely, Josiah Jordan James. The only guys he's really familiar playing with this year is Jemai Meshack and Jordan Gainey for the most part. Didn't play a whole lot with Estrella, Cade Phillips, nor Cam Carr last year just because they didn't have many minutes. But I guess the same could be said when he played with Dalton Connect. He only played with him a year, but that went pretty well. But I think one thing with Tennessee's Zakai Ziegler, you know what you're going to get effort-wise, defensive-wise. He hit his free throws, which was a positive for me last night, but taking care of the basketball, hitting open shots. And here's the thing about it. On those three-pointers, he was not even close last night. He was not even close on them. Normally, he's a pretty decent three-point shooter, so I do expect that will be better. But Tennessee from three-point range right around 34% last night, right at 35%. They were pretty consistent, 5 out of 14 in the first half, 3 out of 9 in the second half. And you had 9 guys get minutes, get at least 10 minutes last night. And you had 6, 6 got over 20, and then Igor Milicic got about 17. His minutes were cut down the first half due to a couple fouls. But I like what I saw out of this team. The thing of it is you go to Louisville this week, and I've seen 2 very drastic different things. With Louisville's coach come from College of Charleston. They brought in 12 guys from the portal. The way I read it, one outlet's picked them to finish 4th in the ACC this year. I seen another, an SI writer, had them not very high on them at all. Picked them to go about 500 for the year. But the thing of it is, it's early in the season. It's on the road. It'll be a tough environment. It'll be a tough game for Tennessee this weekend. They will have to bring it a little more than they did last night. As I thought there was some defensive discrepancies last night. Not bad, but there were moments where I didn't necessarily think the defense was what we'd seen. Like before the half when the guy drove the court, the shot was waved off, but Rick Barnes was ready to chew some hind end on that one. He was hot over it. But to me, Chaz Lanier's the guy that had the hype coming in. Chaz Lanier looked like it last night. 18.7 out of 12, 4 out of 6. We can see it with Chaz Lanier. If and when he gets hot this year, he's going to go on a roll. And we'll see it probably multiple games. Again, Gainey, I thought Gainey was excellent last night. 28 minutes, 7 out of 9, 2 out of 4 field goals. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 3 steals on the night. Just a really efficient night. Jemai Meshack, you guys that have watched me, I love Jemai Meshack. This guy brings it. Any defensive player, best defensive players in college basketball list that does not have him number 1, they're invalid. He's been the best defensive player in college basketball. He's still the best defensive player. in college basketball. It's not all about steals and blocks. It's about how you affect the games other ways. Jemai Meshack, ask Dalton Connect how good he is. If you don't believe me, go ask Dalton Connect. He said it last year. That's one of the big reasons he got better is going against Jemai Meshack every day in practice. Iron sharpens iron. That's exactly what happened last year with it. Igor Milicic, 8 points. I liked what I saw out of him. Rick Barnes talked about Felix Okpara. He had 2 points, 9 rebounds. But Barnes said this was probably Okpara's toughest day that he said he's dealing apparently with a hip pointer, which was not aware of on that. But with that as well, sorry about that. My camera's gotten a little blurry here for some reason. We're going to mess with that just a little bit. But still yet, Okpara, big thing with him, 9 rebounds. That's what he's in. He only had the 1 block. He had 3 turnovers. So I expect a little more in that regard. But you can definitely see he has that potential to be that front court presence that maybe they didn't have last year. Talked about Jordan Gainey. Cade Phillips. I liked what Cade Phillips did last night. My one thing with him is finishing around the rim. There was a couple times, and I saw it last week against Indiana, where he's just not finishing around the rim. But the potential's there. I like how active he is. You can tell, hats off to this dude. He was one of the guys in the offseason that I seen some outlets mentioning as a possible guy to hit the portal. He did not. He came back. He put in the work. He's transformed his body. He's changed his game. One of the things they said was he went to the coaches and said he wants to get better. You can tell he's gotten better. How does he continue to grow? How does he contribute to this team this year? Based on what I've seen so far, I think he's going to be a valuable part of that front court. JP Estrella, they said Rick Barnes said in the post game, but Estrella, it actually looked like he was out last night. He's been dealing with injuries, but said he come up and wanted to play, and he gave it a go. I thought he was effective in his minutes last night. He had 4 points. He had 2 rebounds. He had 1 block in 11 minutes. So hats off to him for giving it a go. And then Cam Carr had a couple points in 11 minutes time. I mean, Cam Carr's potential, his length, that's what's going to do it for him. He's a guy, I think, if he comes in, hits a shot, you're going to see him roll at that point. I feel like he's going to be one of those streaky guys. But, I mean, these outlets that had him top 10 in the NBA draft, I think we might want to pump the brakes on that this year. I don't know. I think he'll have some games where he steps up. But overall, 11 minutes last night, I think we need to pump the brakes on him for this year. Of course, Bishop Boswell, he was indeed out with a concussion. Darling Stone-Dubar, Rick Barnes said the ball is in his court for when he plays. He is dealing with some personal matters. They've not specified what, and, frankly, it's not any of our business what his personal matters are. Rick Barnes said we support him, we love him, but he said it is up to him when he comes back out. So he has been present. He has been dressed. Wishing Darling Stone-Dubar the best in what he's going through personally. Basketball does sometimes come secondary to what personal problems are. So I hope he gets those straightened out. And I do hope he returns to the team. For obviously selfish reasons, because I think he's a good basketball player that they added through the portal. I think he can add something to this team. But, first and foremost, his personal health, his mental health, I don't know what the issue, but his personal issues, I hope he gets those straightened out and gets going where he needs to. This is a team, to me, that has potential. Are there going to be those nights that are frustrating? Yes, absolutely. It's just a Barnes team for you. It happened last year. It happened with the Grant Williams teams. It is what it is. They're going to have those nights where they look awesome, like they could beat anybody in the country. They're going to have those nights where they could be beat by plenty of teams in the country. Overall, to me, though, you see the potential. With Ziegler, you've got one of the best point guards in the country. You've got an excellent scorer in Chaz Lanier. Jordan Gainey, to me, a guy that I think come under some criticism last year. He had his moments early, dropped off, played pretty good late. If that's the guy we see, he's going to add a lot to this team. I liked what I saw at him last night. Lots of options on this team. I think it's more a deeper team, especially you get everybody healthy. They're dealing with about 4 injuries right now, plus a couple, including Dubar, Boswell, Estrella's injured, Akpara injured. Hopefully those guys can get healthy along the way. Like I said earlier, Lady Vols be live after that time. We'll test it out. Here's the deal. I'm looking to go 30 minutes. That's going to be the goal moving forward. We're going to set super chat options. We hit those, we'll go longer. We don't, we won't. That's where I'm going moving forward with this. Super chats, memberships, Patreons, they do go to help support the channel. They do go to help support potential merchandise that I'm trying to draw up and get going. They go to provide coverage that you need. We hit these super chats, these memberships. I'll start making some more members only videos at that point, so you can get your money's worth with it. Not bumming for money, but at the same time, guys, you got to realize this thing does, it takes time and effort on here. So, your support, you're sharing it out is greatly appreciated. I'm on the goal to get to 3,000 subs by the end of the year. If you know somebody who's not checked out the channel, they're a Tennessee sports fan, send that to them as well. It'd be awesome to hit 3,000 subs by the end of this year, as we're around 2144, 2145, I think is where I'm at right now. A little ways to go, about 850, 855. We can get there, though. Share this thing out. And as always, thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the channel. This thing is not possible without you. We are getting to that point. It's time to go to the next level, though. So thank you. I appreciate you. I hope to see you tonight for the Lady Vols. All you Lady Vols fans, tune in. We'll talk some Lady Vols hoops tonight, immediately after the game. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Last but most certainly not least, go Vols.